I need new music.
This is the JJO Discover New Music Podcast.
All right, welcome to another episode of Discover New Music. Joining me today is legendary. Boy, I started drinking too early today. Legendary slapper of the six strings. There you go, Mr. Clint Lowery. Clint, how are you, my friend?
I'm fantastic. That was awesome. I am a slapper of strings.
Hey,
so
good.
Thank you for acknowledging.
You're a twiddler of the strings, a slapper, whatever you want to say, but
tickler of the ivories.
Yes, yes. Very fancy, very fancy.
Yeah, very.
Clint, thanks so much for the time, man. We're gonna have some fun and talk some new music, and I guess we should probably get right to it because talking new music, obviously everyone, most people, I should say, know you from Seven Dust. That's a given right there.
Right.
Obviously, you've worked with other bands like Korn. You've toured with Seether. Going back to bands like Dark New Day, Call Me No One. I'm digging deep on you there. You even worked with Michael Sweet of Stryper, and we'll talk more about that a little bit later on. But you actually have another solo EP coming out, Ghostwriter, February 17th, doing some solo music, which is super cool. And this is not your first time in the solo realm. You've obviously dipped your fingers into that, and now we're going to see a brand new one on February 17th. With all of that said, that kind of lineup that I gave you, is it different writing for yourself as opposed to with others when you're writing music for Clint, when you're writing music that you're going to put out? Is that different?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say that there's a ceiling on what I do with Seven Dust. I love writing for Seven Dust. It's been a passion, obviously, been my whole career. Everything that I'm doing is based on the success of Seven Dust, and that's the launching pad for everything. But when I'm writing with Seven Dust, that ceiling has grown. So we used to like predominantly heavy music. Now we do, obviously we're capable of doing Angel Sons and more melodic stuff. So that is kind of broad as far as what Seven Dust is kind of known for doing. But my solo stuff is a little quirkier. It's like, there's a couple things about it that is just a little, wouldn't really be on the palette of Seven Dust fans, it's not totally a different thing. But the whole point of doing a solo thing and is to flush these ideas out. I don't like waiting 2 years to release music. I like writing music all the time, especially after pandemic. It was just like, what are we going to do? So yeah, man, I think that there's more of an alternative feel to the stuff I do. Mm-hmm. I want to really go even further with the stuff I'll tell you about later, but I'm going to go full acoustic and really try not country, but just more of like Southern bluesy kind of thing. And, just kind of experiment because I love so much stuff. There's so many types of music that I love writing.
Well, why don't we just dive into that right now? Because that's what I always think is so interesting with, and again, you said there's a formula, there's a Seven Dust sound, or even if you're writing for someone else, like Michael Sweet of Stryper, like you're writing for him, you have that in mind. With yourself and kind of like, okay, this is a Clint record, I'm taking time for me. And you want to experiment, and you can. Do you feel like you got that little bit more freedom to do that? Maybe dive into country or hip hop or whatever you want.
Man, I love all of it. I love writing beats. Like I'm a huge fan of R&B and hip hop and all that stuff. But I'll start going very left of center, like really far out there. But it always kind of comes back to a general rock direction. The EP I just did, that it was supposed to be a totally different direction, but the songs that I thought were on the forefront of what I was liking at that time were more of rock songs, And so if you like the other record I did, this is kind of in the same vein. There's some other songs that are a little weird, but I don't know, man. Like you said, the biggest thrill is doing something that, this is new territory. This isn't the same thing that I've done before. This makes me feel like I'm breaking new ground.
Yeah. And I think, hi, my daughter wanted to come in and say hi.
Oh! Hi. Hey,
say hi.
I love it. You are so pretty.
You blow a kiss?
Hi.
There you go. Okay. All right.
Oh, I love it. That's fantastic.
The interesting parts of working from home. So she's gotten stronger now that she can push doors open. Even if you got that thing wedged shut, she's like, I'm coming in. She Spartan kicks that thing and we're ready to go. So
I love it, man. I got 2 kids myself. I love every bit of it.
Your kids, I know, just a little bit older. Is dad still the cool rock star, or are they over dad being the cool rock star now?
They're over only in certain environments. Like they come to a show, they're like, oh, this is actually kind of cool. Their friends are more into it than them. They could care less, man. It's like whatever.
Whatever, dad, you're in a band, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it's like they don't. I know. I never play guitar around them. They every now and then they'll come down here, but not much. That's cool with me.
So let's get back to now this new solo album in Ghostwriter's what it's called, new stuff from you in your own kind of take on what you want to play and what you want people to hear from your mind, outside of the Seven Dust realm or whatever else it is. Has your approach changed? You know, I'm sure as you mature as an artist, you mature as a writer, as a musician. Has it maybe changed with this latest one that even maybe say 10 years ago, whatever it was? How's that maybe adjusted now in 2023?
What makes this one particularly different than anything I've done is I tracked this whole thing. So in this where I'm sitting right here, I had actually made a little makeshift vocal booth upstairs, but this is the first release I've ever done where I actually recorded everything myself. I had it mixed from a guy, Richard Wakanda from Fire from the Gods, the drummer. He's a killer engineer and a good friend.
Nice.
But this thing was more of an experiment because we were in between labels and I wanted to release some music, and I was tired of like, is it going to be a label? Is it going to be this and that? So I'm just going to do it myself. Everything I've done has really been a DIY, do-it-yourself model. I shipped everything from the house. I did everything, so it's kind of been this family project just to see if I could do it. Not to get away from labels. I think they serve their purpose, I guess. The bottom line is I want to continue to release music. I want to do it efficiently, and I learned how, over the years to engineer pretty decent. And that's a skill set that I really love and want to get better at. But yeah, I did everything myself. And, so anything that it's kind of like the underdog, you have these big labels and big bands, but if I can do this myself and figure out a way to kind of continually release music in between Seven Dust is the machine, but this is a passion for me and a love. And I don't care about how many people, I want as many people obviously to listen to it and to connect with it as possible, but that's not the goal. I just love the process. And if the byproduct of that is people digging it and loving, wanting to hear more, that's great, but if not, that's all right too.
What was maybe a new part? You said doing this kind of a DIY. Was there a new aspect of this that you're like, wow, I didn't expect that. That was more than I thought or less than I thought, that whole process? Man.
All of it was super humbling. I mean, just engineering, editing, things like that I would always pay the professional to do. And those guys, they can work so fast, and it's just really humbling when you're doing yourself. One downside is that when you're doing all that engineering, you don't have as much time to focus on the art and the creative process. So I had to balance that. But yeah, man, and shipping, fulfilling CD orders and all that stuff. I mean, there's not a ton of volume there, but it's still a lot. It makes you appreciate all the jobs that go into the big machine of releasing a record. But yeah, man, but sending those CDs out to people personally signed, packaging them myself and my wife, it's such a good, there's so much value to it. And you appreciate like, this is going to so-and-so, and you want to, you pack it all nice and neat. You want it to be damage free, and it's a trip.
That's cool, man. So really, if you're looking for a Clint Lowery record, this is as Clint as it can get, from start to finish, even to the postage stamp, taking it to the mailbox. I love it.
I'm touching all of it, dude. My hands are all over the thing, man.
Oh, that's so cool. How has working with artists like LJ, obviously you've been with him since 97 or 90.
I've known LJ since 94. I mean, even before that, but yeah, we've been working together since 95.
So how is working with an artist like LJ, and again, some of the other ones I've mentioned before, even if you're just a touring guitarist, maybe Korn or Seether, how has that shaped your solo stuff?
Oh man, I mean, Lejean's taught me a lot as far as he is. I don't really consider myself a singer performer. He is an absolute performer, singer, and he embodies that, and he's got something that not a lot of people have, and there's just this charisma to what he is, and but he's also a very humble guy. So working with him, I've worked with other singers, and I've worked with different personalities, and as far as the LSD or whatever, he's got that the least. He's a nice dude, man, but he's talented as hell, man, and he's got his quirks too, man. You have to navigate each other and have respect for each other. And Lejean and I, we've had amazing songs that we've done together. We've bumped heads. We've bonded on the deepest of levels. Anytime you spend as much time as we have, you're going to have ups and downs. And he's just a good dude, man. It's been an honor writing songs for him and with him, and and watching him sell it, and just really connect to these people over the years, man. He treats people good. He treats the fans good. And but yeah, man, he's the trip. He's getting quirky in his old age, just like me.
As we all are.
Yeah, man.
Do you have maybe a favorite on this new EP that's coming out, Ghostwriter? Is there a song that maybe really, really speaks to you, really gets you every time?
Yeah, man. I think there's a song on there called "I Mean This," and that's kind of different. It's kind of like a disco rock alternative song, and it's just the trip. It's one of those things that was on the borderline of being a Seven Dust song. We did actually demoed it out, and we didn't end up putting it on the record. I really liked the guitar riff, and I liked the melody of the chorus and everything. And I was like, yeah. So I think that's getting the best response so far too.
Love it. And that also kind of leads into another question. You said it almost got with Seven Dust. Is there times where maybe Seven Dust passes on something like, good, I wanted that for myself anyways. I brought it to the guys, but I'm like, ooh, that's really the one I want for me.
that actual song was one I was like, man, I hope it just and that was like hiding it when we would listen throughs. Like, we have all these songs, I would put it last or forget to play it. But that was definitely one I wanted to do myself. And Lejean, he'll hear, or Morgan especially, will hear a song from the batch, and he's like, "Oh, no, that's ours. That's ours, man." And
Damn it, Morgan.
Their songs are like, "Man, that's too much. That's too left field." So that's good.
Well, we are so excited to hear solo stuff from me again. Ghostwriter out February 17th, given a different side of Clint that we can see, obviously, with the Seven Dust we've had for so many years, and it's out there. And I guess maybe kind of to wrap this up, is there something maybe that people will be surprised by on this, or maybe what is to come with solo Clint Lowery stuff?
The main thing that I want to let people know is that there's an unorthodox way that I'm going to be releasing music. Now, there's going to be like surprise singles. There's going to be all acoustic EPs that are surprise announced, just day of releases. Yeah. And that's kind of what I'm going to do. When I have time off, I'm going to put together music I'm releasing on a regular basis. So just if you do follow anything that I'm doing, that's what my plan is. And I'm going to collaborate with other artists too. And I'm going to have a lot of random releases that are going to be all different genres, because I'm at the age where I'm going to do what I want to do, and it's going to be cool, man. The more I release, the better I'm going to get at this model, and we'll see.
I know I said that was it, but that just brings up, as an artist, the freedom maybe that you have now. How important is that to you as an artist now, being able to kind of decide, like, this is me, this is what I want to do? It just maybe talk about that.
Well, the good thing in my situation is I have Seven Dust, and that I'm very into that, so there's the machine, the label, the typical release model that's there that I really still enjoy, because it's a grander scheme. It's bigger. It's more thought out in the rollout. And this is more of, I can do this and experiment and do it how I want to do. So it's like being on a label, but I'm not like exclusive to that. I can do these releases and the label doesn't have any say so. And I get to go back to the Seven Dust guys and say, look, I don't have to deal with that BS. I just do this and try it like this. And, it'll be trial and error. Some stuff will work, some won't, but we'll see.
Well, I can't wait to see what's next and giving us that little tease of what is to come and some new releases and new things from you. Very exciting. Ghostwriter out February 17th and more to come from Clint Lowery. Now, I do have to ask you, do you still have the old Aria Pro 2? Is that still making onto the records or is that gone?
How do you know that?
I did my research. That was your first guitar, right? That Aria Pro 2, right?
Aria Pro 2, man. And speaking of Striper, that would have been awesome for the Striper record. But dude, I bought that guitar with mowing lawns and saving up and putting the down payment on it and doing payments, and I appreciated that guitar. It was like red, like the whole Thunderbolt kind of shape, and it was awesome, man. I remember. I mean, it was the total walk in and like, oh, I got it, and I think I know who has it still. I'm gonna try to snoop it out and just find it again.
I would love to see that on the next tour or record, maybe on your, so that you got your Aria Pro 2. And some people are probably right now Googling, like, what the hell is an Aria Pro 2?
It's deep in the archives of Google. I even actually tried to find a picture of it through Google, and it took me about 15 different searches.
That is a deep one. Well, maybe we'll see if you can dig that up. I know my first guitar, it was a replica Gibson SG, but it was the Epiphone style, like the cheap kind. And I was in the church band, and there I was playing the devil horn, Gibson SG. Oh, but you can't beat that first guitar. You can't beat it, man.
No, man, you love it. It's everything. It's the foundation of the whole journey.
And dude, go back to Striper real quick. Was that just like the weirdest thing, catching up with Michael Sweet of Striper on an airplane?
Exactly. I was going to say, and I was a giant Striper fan. I loved Oz Fox and all the solos, and I played one of the songs in a talent show. I was all in Striper.
Yeah.
So when I saw him and Michael Sweet knew who we were, and he's like, "Do you want to write a song?" And he's such a cool guy, and he's just like Michael Sweet all the time. So I was like, absolutely. I wrote a song though, man. It was like I went back and listened to like Soldiers Under Command. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to nail this. And
to hell with the devil. You got that in there. Yeah.
I loved all of it, dude. You can't name a Striper song. I'm like, I know it. Makes me want to sing. So I would listen to a couple songs but I sent them an idea and they really Striperized it. Like mine was like a Seven Dust Striper 80s mashup, and he was like, yeah, that's cool. And then they turned it into like, he sent it back to me. I'm like, oh yeah, that's the guys. There it is. I love all that old school 80s stuff, man. That's where I came from. I love it. I every time I listen to it, the older I get, the more I love it. It was a great time.
It really was. And that's such a unique story for an artist to have, meeting the lead singer of Striper on an airplane and then writing a song for him. It's just, you can't beat that. You can't beat that.
He was so cool, man. Oh yeah, dude. It was awesome.
I love it. Well, again, Clint, thanks so much for the time. And we're almost done. We have just a rapid fire to do, and then I'm going to get you on your way, but I'll hit people with the main info one more time. Ghostwriter out February 17th. Go get it. Stream it. Find them online. And online, what's your website online?
Oh, it's real simple. ClintLowery.net.
Beautiful. Can't screw that up. So, all right. Now, this is called Rapid Fire. I do this with everyone. There's no wrong answers on this. You just go with your gut. And I think we're going to learn a little bit more about you, even more so than we already have. All right. Real quick. First, Jimmy Page or Jimi Hendrix?
Jimi Hendrix.
Damp socks or soaked pants?
Soaked pants.
Ooh, ballsy. A little too hot or a little too cold?
A little too cold.
Flintstone push pop or Choco Taco?
Choco Taco.
Smart. There's only one right answer. There is a right answer to that one. Would you rather see Bigfoot or El Chupacabra?
Bigfoot.
Have you ever come close to feeling like you've seen a Bigfoot anywhere?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Ooh, we might have to dig into that.
Asheville, North Carolina.
That's right. You're a North Carolina guy, aren't you? So yeah, you probably got them running around there in the hills. Or was that just a hill person? That might have just been a hill person.
It could have been just some redneck, just like making moonshine. Who knows? With a beard. Those are my people anyway. So yeah.
just a hairy hill person.
Like with a moonshine with the side.
Yeah, he's got the hand up. He's running. That was just Cletus. That's just Cletus in the hills. That's all right.
Yeah.
All right. Would you rather fight a man with bear arms or a bear with man arms?
A man with bare arms.
Well, that was quick. You feel pretty confident on that?
No, it's the easiest thing to roll off my tongue.
Yeah, try asking that question.
I don't want to mess with a bear at all. Like I saw the movie Revenant. I don't want to do it.
I know. And what about now Cocaine Bear? You seen the previews for that one?
Dude, I cannot wait to see that.
Are you gonna go in there? You all in on that?
I'm all in, dude. Yeah, my kids want to see it. I don't know about all that. I love that they still call it Cocaine Bear. That's just like the best.
Dad will preview it, and then maybe we'll do family movie night at Cocaine Bear at the theater. There you go.
Yeah, they need to understand when there's actual cocaine bears out there to be afraid of stuff.
That's right. It's a different kind.
It's a true story.
I know, right? It's nuts. Like in the 80s, crazy. But,
yeah.
All right. Well, that was a blast. Thank you for humoring me on that. Once again, everyone, Ghostwriter is out February 17th. Clint, thank you so much for the time, man. I appreciate it.
Dude, we love you guys. I can't wait to see you. We'll be out there with Seven Dust pretty soon. So.
Listen, rate, share, subscribe. Discover new music now at WJJO.com, in the JJO app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Brock has a new interview every Thursday evening between 6 and 7. 94.1 JJO.